New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Victim has passed after a student let off at a Michigan high school on Tuesday, and the victim has been identified as 70-year-old Justin Schilling. Police stated that they responded to Oxford High School just before 1 p.m. on Tuesday after receiving reports of an active incident taking place on the premises. The suspect, who has been identified as a 15-year-old sophomore at the school, let off about 15 to 20 rounds. Temporarily surrendered to police and was taken into custody without incident within minutes. County Sheriff Michael Bouchard stated that when authorities encountered the suspect, he was walking down the high school hallway with 7 more rounds on him. And quote, that I believe interrupted what could have potentially been 7 more victims. The other 3 deceased victims have been identified as 14-year-old Hannah St. Julian, 17-year-old Madison Baldwin, and 16-year-old Tate Meyer. The suspected person has not been named. 7 more people were wounded in the incident, including a 47-year-old teacher at the school, which is about 45 minutes north of Detroit. Quote, this touched all of us personally and deeply and will for a long time. This wound will never go away, and we understand that. But we also want the community to know that we are here for them, and we will leave no stone unturned in determining all the things that led up to this. That was stated by Mike Bouchard. Oakland County Prosecutor Karen D. McDonald stated that she will hold a press conference on Wednesday to discuss the charges in the case. Michael McCabe, the Oakland County Undersheriff, stated Tuesday that police have not yet established a motive. He also said his department was not aware of any warning signs that could have predicted this incident. Sitting here and I'm going through the article and I'm reading and I'm looking directly through Twitter, and it's highly amazing to me looking at everything that is posted about this. It's pretty light. It is very light, looking at the responses to everything that has taken place. One tweet has about 7. A tweet from WWJ 950 has about 4. Another tweet from Fox News Detroit has 18. Somebody else up here has about 46. The Detroit Red Wings, that got 73 responses. MSP Metro Detroit, 8 responses to that. CNN 153. KMOX St. Louis News 85. M Live, they got 5 responses. You got Local 4, WDIV Detroit, 133. My thing is, where's all of that outcry? Where's all of that response that normally happens, right? Whenever these things takes place. This is Oxford. Just to let people know, if you're not even pretty accustomed or used to Michigan, that's way up there. That's you're not going to really have a high black population up there. You're not. And lo and behold, the picture that I'm showing you that you are clearly able to see is of the suspected person that committed these acts. But like I said before, I don't hear this mass outcry, right? You heard the president of the United States mention some stuff about it, but there's no outpouring from everybody like, oh, we got to get these, these things, these laws under control, and we got to stop this and all this. You don't hear none of this. Complete silence. And I'm like, wow. So I'm like, 4 of your kids ended up passing, one of them being of a part of the Asian community, right? But your kids basically got harmed. They were taken away from this plane of existence, and yet I don't hear any type of crying on social media. I don't hear no type of anything. I don't hear nobody talking, trying to aim all types of hate and all this other type of stuff at the suspect. Magically, it's like it didn't even happen. But yet, if this were to have taken place, right, in the black community, magically all the social media would have just been all over this. Like, oh, this is what I'm talking about, and look at what they can't set up, and they need to, and all that. What happened? So for the suspect that committed to this atrocity, where are the parents at? Where's the family? Right? Where's the Catholic Church at? Right? Where are all the pastors? Where are the preachers at? Where are the people to basically talk to the young folks to stop this from happening? Because this is a common everyday occurrence for me as I look at it when it comes to a lot of these suburban schools and dealing with a lot of these kids there, right? Because they're the main ones that they used to make movies about. They're the ones that always get bullied and always get teased in school and, different things like that, or they don't really get that type of, attention. They're going through depression or a variety of other things. And then, things like this happen. So to hear the police or anybody else, an undersheriff, I've never even heard of that before. To hear an undersheriff basically say like, "Oh, we don't know, we don't have a motive, we don't know what basically led to this." Y'all know what led to this. It's the same thing that happens every single time. I can look at him and tell. Like I said, he was one of the ones that more than likely didn't really get attention from like his favorite girl or the girl that he was interested in. He more than likely was an outcast, didn't sit up there and have a lot of friends, or if he had friends, they might have sat up there and switched up on him. Or he was just alone, right? In school. He was being teased for the clothes that he has, for the hair that he has, for his glasses, being the one in the back of the class that nobody wants to associate with, right? He probably comes from what? A home that's broken. The father's probably not there. He was probably a single parent home. His mom is probably struggling to keep the bills paid, working 2 jobs, right? It's going to be all of these things that are going to culminate into the reason or the excuse that they're going to give for the reason that he was able to commit to such a thing that took place. And then you're going to have the normal social media showing up there talking about some, oh, sympathy, for the normal, sympathy for the families and such and such and such. And then also sympathy for the victim and his family, because of da 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 da. And then they're gonna be like, well, I was a kid his age, and it, like I said, it's gonna be all of these stories where magically people can supernaturally appear into the view of the suspect instead of having animosity and anger directly towards him for the act that he committed to. They're gonna have sympathy. It's amazing. Like I said before, there's supernaturally no outcry about this. Supernaturally, social media is completely quiet on this, but let somebody black commit to like some type of act like this. Oh, everybody's talking. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a mouth. Like I said before, if everything was equal, which it's not, because we don't live in a perfect universe, everything would be fine and dandy. I wouldn't be up here talking. But like I said before, this is 100% uneven. And things like this can be stopped in that community, but they refuse to sit up there and do it. Why? Because the person looks exactly like them. Versus if it was somebody black that looked like they even had an inkling, oh, he would have been locked up before he even had a chance. They would have found some piece of papers. They would have linked it to a comic book, linked it to Call of Duty, linked it to NBA 2K, linked it to some stuff, on a profile or IG or Twitter that he wrote like back when he was 8 years old. They would have been locked him up in prison just off of the thought process and things or quote unquote evidence that they got from when he was 8. But when it deals with their own and they got a whole bunch of evidence, they got diaries, they got journals, they got conversations that he's more than likely has, stuff that he's more than likely written, stuff that he got posted in his room or drawings that he has or stuff that he got written, in his computer, his laptop or his cell phone. They have a lot of different things as evidence, but yet they'll tell you that we don't got a motive. And then the main thing is they'll be like, oh, we saw him walking down the hallway, but he gave himself up. Huh? So you mean to tell me that you didn't see him as a threat? You magically had enough empathy and compassion left, even though he sat up there and committed such an atrocious act and ended up taking people away from this plane of existence. You still had empathy enough where he was like, you know what? We need to save his life. We need to, he's 15 years old. You know, he made a drastic mistake, but he's 15 years old. Gosh darn it. Let's make sure that we bring him in unharmed. Wow. Wow. What more can I say? What more can I say? For the most part, that he decided to do this and y'all were like, we're going to still take him in alive. That tells me all I need to know. Ain't nothing much going to happen here, folks. But like I said before, condolences to the families out there, because this should not have taken place. Should not have taken place, should not have happened at all. But as most people would like to sit up there and say, we don't know the whole story. Right? So, up until further notice, I'll happen to, put up some more videos directly about this as they decide to bring out more information dealing with the suspect, right, who is innocent up until proven guilty. And, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.